Everything seemed normal that night. I went to sleep as usual, but in the middle of the night I woke up. Standing beside my bed was a woman, but the expression on her face as she looked at me was very gentle. She just stood there staring straight at me. Strangely, I was not afraid. I am absolutely certain that I was awake at the time. The next day I told my mother what I had seen. She seemed very nervous and then changed the subject. My brother did not say anything. Not long after that we moved away. Several years later, we were talking about that apartment during dinner. I brought it up again. My mother was obviously uncomfortable. That night my brother came to my room and told me, "Back then in that apartment, I experienced the same thing as you. I am certain that we saw the same person. The only difference is that when I saw her, she had already been dead for several days. She had taken her own life at home."
Brother, do you know something about this?
Little brother, you were still very young at the time, and I had only just started to form memories. I remember that on the second day after our father was buried following the car accident, I was taking a nap that afternoon when I was awakened by the sound of Mom arguing with that woman, and it seemed that woman was begging Mom for something. She kept saying that she only needed a few minutes, but then Mom drove her away. I was very young too and could not understand what they were arguing about. But the next day while I was out for a walk, I actually saw that woman's funeral. From listening to other people talking, I learned that, for some reason, the woman had been forced to divorce her husband, but she still deeply loved her former husband. And a few days earlier, her former husband had died in a car accident. She was overwhelmed with grief, and in a moment of despair, she took her own life at home.
Hearing this, it felt as though my brother and I suddenly gained some memories and images of that woman in our minds.